First, I want you to give the boy this potion. Lucius pulls a small, black bottle out of his robes. Dolohov holds out his hand eagerly, but Lucius passes over him and hands the potion to Bellatrix, who looks at it curiously while Dolohov's face falls with disappointment almost comically. I'd laugh if the situation wasn't so awful. What is it? Bellatrix asks, taking the bottle with almost hungry look in her eyes. I brewed it up last night. It's an ingenious little potion. Although I say so myself. For as long as it holds effect, he will still be able to speak, to scream, but he will be unable to answer any questions that are not aimed directly at him. Oh my God. Dolohov starts to grin horribly. You want her to answer our questions, not him. Lucius inclines his head. That is the intention, yes. Bellatrix lets out a high-pitched little giggle. Oh, it's almost too cruel, Lucius, she coos, her voice brimming with glee. I stare at Lucius's face as he smiles at me mockingly. I want nothing more than to rip it to pieces. To rip it to shreds. I can't believe any of this. I don't know how anyone could be so completely and utterly foul. Help me, Antoine. Antoine is his name. It's just his name. Antonin? It's just a stupid name. No person with any sense would name their child that. Antonin. It sounds like it's not right. Okay, I'm done. Anyways. Help me, Antonin. Help me, Antonin. Sounds so stupid. Help me, Antonin, Bellatrix says as she rolls up her sleeves and pulls the stopper out of the bottle. A small wisp of smoke escapes from the rim of the stopper as the stopper leaves it with a hollow pop. Dolohov roughly pulls Ron up onto his knees, retching his head back. Ron begins to struggle wildly, pushing and pulling against Dolohov's grip. Get the fuck off me, you sick bot! Bellatrix shoots a jet black shot of light at his stomach. As he speaks, and he doubles over, howling in pain. I struggle with all of my might against my invisible bonds, but I just can't shift them. Lucius is smirking at me. Bellatrix moves to stand over Ron as Dolohov tries to retch his mouth open. Ron turns to me, shouting wildly, "Don't, Hermione!" Dolohov rips his jaw open, and Bellatrix holds the neck of the bottle over his open mouth. Thick, gloopy, dark green liquid falls out of the bottle and into his open mouth, dribbling down his throat. That's right, baby. Take your medicine, Bellatrix whines. Ron gags and chokes. The sickening sound rushes through me as the liquid spills out over his chin and streams out through his nose. Stop it! I scream. Leave him alone! He's going to choke! No. Lucius drawls. He's a brave boy. I'm sure he can take it. Ron collapses forward, heaving and choking, drawing huge rasping breaths as the horrible stuff runs down his chin. I'm so sorry, Ron. I'm so sorry. Are you ready to answer our questions, Miss Granger? I don't answer Lucius. I just look up at Ron as he lies on the floor, gradually getting his breath back and wiping the foul liquid away from his chin. An invisible grip reaches my head up to face the cold, pale face of the man I hated more than anything else in the world. I want you to tell us, exactly where Potter is planning on going when you last saw him. Oh, why? Why does it have to be this? Why can't it be anything else? Don't tell him, Hermione! Ron shouts. Don't tell him anything! Do you hear? Lucius smirks. No need to shout, Weasley. Shut it, Malfoy! Ron bellows at him, staggering slightly as he tries to pull himself to his feet. How dare you speak to him like that? Bellatrix raises her wand furiously. You disgusting little blood traitor! How dare you! Crucio! And then there are screams. Horrible, awful screams, flying around the room, burning my ears as Ron heaves and writhes on the ground. Stop it! I scream. Please stop it! Enough, Bella. At Lucius's command, Bella raises her wand and Ron collapses on the ground, whimpering slightly. And I can't move to help him. I can't. Lucius is watching me. Tell us what we want to know. I try not to panic. I take a deep breath. I can't lose my head. I've got to be logical. So if I refuse to tell them, they'll torture Ron again. And I can't help that. And I can't let that happen. I just can't. But if they tell them where Harry is planning to go on going, they may be able to find him. And if they find him, they'll kill him. There's no doubt about that. And then not only will I have sent my best friend to his death, but the war will be lost. Harry is the chosen one, isn't he? I look down at Ron, who's pulling himself shakily to his feet. Don't do it, Hermione, he says quietly. Whatever they do to me, I can put up with it. Just don't give Harry away. His words are cut off as Dolohov grabs him by the front of his robes and punches him in the jaw. We didn't ask you to speak, you puny little bastard. Put him down. Dolohov obeys Lucius's command and throws Ron to the floor. I look down at my friend, who shakes his head at me silently, as if it will make any of it any easier, as if it will make any of this easier. Think about it, Miss Granger. Lucius is walking over to me slowly. Just think it through. Surely, young lord, has suffered enough already. He reaches me, leaning in to whisper in my ear. If you answer my question, then we shall spare him any more agony. Just leave her alone! Ron starts to shout, but he's cut short when Dolohov's booted foot lands in his stomach. Tears fall out of my eyes as I frantically try to work out what to do. Ron or Harry? That's the choice I've been presented with. I have to choose between my two best friends. You don't want to see him in any pain, Lucius whispers in my ear like a demon on my shoulder. Because he will suffer. Oh, he will suffer greatly if you refuse us. I open my eyes. Ron is lying on the ground, rubbing at his stomach and breathing heavily. This is so difficult. It's the most difficult thing I've ever had to do. Come on, my blood! Bellatrix yells with impatience. Stray sparks fly out of the end of her wand. Lucius grips me by the chin and reaches my face up to look at him. You fool! He mutters, so low that I don't think the others will be able to hear him. Don't you see that you have the opportunity to save someone you love? He reaches my hand back to face Ron. This boy means the world to you. More so than Potter, I would say. I have seen the truth of that staring back at me with those wide, open eyes of yours. You could save him. so easily. I don't know what to do. Ron looks at me, his eyes burning with conviction. Don't worry about me, he murmurs. I can take it. I can handle anything these bastards throw at me. Lucius finally loses his patience. He sighs in exasperation and walks away from me towards Ron. You remember that delightful little spell I cast on your hand, my love? The one that burnt your skin? The one that makes it bubble with heat? My stomach shriveled up in horror. No, please stop. He's not listening to me. He turns to Bellatrix. What do you think? She grins at her brother-in-law, practically licking her lips at him. Perhaps down his arm might prove persuasive? Lucius smirks at her and points his wand at Ron's shoulder. No. Bellatrix folds Ron's arm out, turning it slightly and running her finger down the pale skin along the inner side. The skin is more sensitive along here. Ron stares at her, his expression horrified. You always know just how things should be done, Bella. Lucius murmurs, and he runs the back of his finger over her cheek, from temple to chin. A flush spreads over her cheeks, and she grins back at him before turning to Dolokhov. Give me a hand here, will you? She says, throwing the command to him carelessly. Please, hurt him. Hurt me if you want me to talk. But just don't hurt him, please. They're not listening to me. Bellatrix and Dolokhov hold Ron down as they rip his t-shirt from his body. His stomach is covered with large, horrible bruises, so severe that they're almost black in color, outlined with purple and red and yellow, like a horrible paint palette. Get off me, you evil! Lucius cuts Ron's words with a slap across the face. I don't know what to do. What shall I do? Please, he hasn't done anything, please! Lucius ignores me and presses his wand on the underside of Ron's arm, the soft, fleshy bits that rub against his torso. Don't say a word, Hermione! Ron yells. But then the words are swallowed up by his screams, and his skin burns under the touch of the wand. The sound rocks through me, ripping me apart, reaching through my heart, my head, my ears. I can't let it go on. I can't. Stop it, I'll tell you. But they don't stop. Lucius trails his wand down, bringing it slowly down to Ron's palm, leaving a burning, bubbling, shining red trail in its wake. Ron's face contorts with pain, and tears roll down his cheeks. I can't stand it. I do all that I can think of to help him. I want to give them what they want, God help me, but I tell them what they want to know. I tell them that Harry is planning to go stay at the Burrow for Bill and Fleur's wedding, and that he was planning to go to Godric's Hollow to visit his parents' grave. And then where? Bellatrix asks, raising her voice so that she can make her voice heard over Ron's screams. She holds Ron down as he bucks and writhes in her grip. Where does he plan to go? Where does he plan to go afterwards? I hesitate then, because I know what's at stake with this question. It's not just Harry's safety, the safety of the entire world. I don't know. It's true, technically. It's true. I know what he was going to do, but I have absolutely no idea where. He would have to go to destroy the Horcruxes. Lucius pulls his wand away from Ron's skin as Dolokhov lets go of Ron to inspect the parchment. She's telling the truth. I stop as